What's important to you? What are your goals and objectives? And if you create clarity, you'll create velocity. And if you create velocity, you'll be able to move and scale a lot faster and turn decades into days. I don't think the school system teaches any products, never mind insurance.
Yeah.
Right?
Basic economics, or like how to run your family household, right? Your checkbook, how to balance it. Nobody has a checkbook anymore, but right, like those were things that I remember watching my parents do. And you know, who now reconciles a bank account? You know, a lot of times we're in this world of everything's on a card. It's either a credit card or a debit card. So when you're spending your money, you get a direct deposit in, and then you just spend, and you don't see what's coming out. Yeah. So, you know, why is it not done?
But I think when you look at the school system, who's making the decision on the criteria? Like, how come there's not more education on entrepreneurs? How come there's not more education on risk? How come there's not more education on, hey, you don't have to go to college to become successful? How come there's not more education on LLCs? And you know, that happens later on, but even at a younger level, how come there's not more education on assets than income producing assets, and then debt, and then preferred debt, and then non-preferred debt? That just doesn't exist. So these young kids at an early age, unless their parents are showing them the way, or unless they're in YouTube University and they really want to make a difference, the breakthrough in that space, I think the school system is really designed to create, you know, more of a middle class working, let's get a pension, rely on Social Security mindset for the most part. And even if you go to college, we know about the student loans. That doesn't guarantee you a job. If you want to become a doctor, you're going to get $300,000 in loans, and you know, you could fight real hard to make that money back. Same thing as an attorney. But there's no and I'm not saying there has to be a guarantee, but there's really no education about money or money mindset, or mindset about how to look at things, or how to ask yourself the right question, or how to overcome limiting beliefs. That should all be in the school system, and it's not. Who said you can't access the money inside a life insurance policy? It takes at the most 72 hours. And we could have it wired in, even 48 if it's soon enough.
Barrett might be dealing with your average agent.
Even then, though, there's still cash value.
Created a policy that there's maybe no cash value in year 1 or year 2. Right?
Well, that's a different question. So first of all, if you have an agent if you text your agent and say, hey, Joe, you know, listen, I need 50 grand. Can you get it out to me? And it's like Friday, 8 o'clock, and they can't text you back. That's not the right guy you want to work with anyway, right? So let me start there. Like our team is designed. You have to, even if you're on Saturday and Sunday, and a client reaches out, there has to be some kind of like, yeah, let me get back to you Monday morning, or something like that. But the challenge is, like, MetLife went out of business, I think, and then all of a sudden those agents left and went to another carrier. So if you have a policy with MetLife, you have to like call a 1-800 number, and someone in another country is going to pick up, and it takes literally 3 hours to finally get to the point where you want to have access to your money. That's a scary situation. So for us, that's why it's about the client, not the carrier. It's about the client, not the wealth management, you know, broker dealer. And it's about us, you know, really being able to create that independency. But yeah, you should have money within, you know, if you could speak on the one carrier where people could just have access on their own.
Yeah, there's one of the carriers that we work with.
And you just can't say the name.
Literally, so clients that work with us will set up their online portal, and having that online portal gives them the ability to, literally, you can move the money yourself. It's like moving it from one bank to another bank.
Life insurance is an investment. It's not an investment. What it is a contract by the carrier that gives you certain guarantees. The magic of life insurance is how you leverage it. You know, for me right now, the thing that's got me really excited more than anything else is, first of all, real estate's on deep discount, and it's going to get better and better each day for the foreseeable future. But like, if you really want to level up, if you're really smart, and if you really understand certain things, this whole consult for equity is a serious game that's going on right now. Every day there's 10,000 baby boomers retiring that own businesses. And remember, if you own a business, that business has emails, that business has a Facebook community, that business has access to people that are already in this person's world. And you know, you could either take that over, consult for equity and get a piece of it. So let's say if you had a sales team and you were producing a certain number and you couldn't break through. And then I came in and I said, listen, if you do this, 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 and this, and this, and if I prove that this system works, and now your sales go from, let's say, make it up a number, 100,000 to 200,000, and I prove it, that means that profit of 100 I get half of, and then I own 5 or 10% of your company. That's a real thing because people aren't educated in sales, right? It's easy to sell something if you're a real estate agent when the market's going up. The problem is there's everyone that's buying, so there's only a certain amount of agents. But if you know how to sell, how to do really good job at selling integrity-based human influence, the 5 questions, showing Caligie through Unblinded, where you've been, where you are, where you're going, what are your successes, and what are your biggest challenges, and be able to listen for 90% and let the other person speak. And if you genuinely understand the transfer of information, the transfer of energy, you could become a dynamic salesperson and train people and the like, and really be able to go into these different businesses.
Inflation is that silent killer. It's coming after everybody. It's coming after your bank accounts. My wife went to a grocery store the other day, came back complaining that 2 bags of groceries, $50. If you don't have multiple streams of income to offset for these different things that are happening, and you're just working a 9 to 5, the number one thing you can do is reinvest into yourself, learn a new skill set, and then take that skill set to the marketplace between 6 and 10 or whatever that time frame is. Because you start building up those side hustles, now you can offset and you can beat inflation.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Nice being with you.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.